Well, it is Monday, the day after the Super Bowl, and I am back in the office. I was in Philadelphia this morning representing a client, and the city definitely had a somber type appearance to it. People were definitely down about the Eagles losing, but life goes on, and people had plenty of matters this morning, which are definitely more important in their lives, like criminal cases, and that's why we were in court this morning. With that said, had a very good result this morning in Philadelphia, and very happy with that. Our client was very pleased, even though the Eagles weren't victorious, we were. So the client was very happy with that. Tomorrow I'll be in Monroe County, and coming up back in New Jersey on Wednesday, and then back in Pennsylvania on Thursday and Friday. So I'm jumping around between counties, both in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, as is per the usual. With that said, came out the blog article today regarding marijuana and what's going to happen, what I think is going to happen in Pennsylvania with regards to the legalization of marijuana. And when I say marijuana, I mean going beyond the current medical marijuana program, even though in Pennsylvania right now there is the medical marijuana program, which a lot of people are using. If you have one of, I think, 23 qualifying conditions and you go through your physician who's authorized to write that drug, well, then you will be approved for medical marijuana card. Now, with that said, the possession of marijuana is still a crime in Pennsylvania. If you don't have a medical marijuana card, you cannot use marijuana in Pennsylvania for recreational uses. Now, unlike New Jersey, where recreational use is legal, provided that you abide by certain conditions with regards to how much you purchase and where you purchase it. You just can't buy it anywhere in New Jersey, and you can't purchase as much as you want. There are rules, but right now there's a big difference between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. But we think that Pennsylvania is going there, despite the fact that many critics, including myself, think that marijuana is potentially a gateway drug. I think that a lot of people do get addicted to the drug, and what happens is the novelty of it, the effect of it wears off, and they begin seeking out more powerful drugs. And a lot of our criminal cases come to us because of drug addiction. Now, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just simply saying that I don't know if the wisest thing in the world is to legalize marijuana just across the board, unless there is some medical condition that the person needs it to hopefully alleviate their suffering or the conditions. To make it widely available, I don't know if that's the best, perhaps, thing to do, only because my concern would be potential addiction and other criminal offenses that could derive from it. With that said, the article lays out what's happening with regards to potential legalization, also the potential that doctors will no longer need to have a special certification, which I find just very interesting. I think it's a pure moneymaker for the state being Pennsylvania. There's no reason to have doctors have an additional certification when they're able to write much more powerful drugs with their license. And I don't understand why they right now have an extra requirement for drug like marijuana when they can write pretty much anything they want, including things like certain anabolic steroids, testosterone. They can write very powerful drugs like Percocets and other drugs that have a much more of an effect on a person than marijuana does. Now, with that said, I think a lot's going to change in the state, and a lot of article I detail what's happening with regards to legalization. I do think that the state will eventually become like 21 other states in the United States with regards to the legalization. That's going to happen this year. I don't believe it's going to happen this year, but potentially it could. I know that the new governor, Josh Shapiro, did campaign on legalization. So I would think that, given the fact that he's on board with it and many state legislatures are on board with it, we will see some type of bills presented in the state House and the state Senate, and something will get passed, I believe, in the near future. But if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, website gamblinglaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All of my books, my blogs, my videos, and my podcast is available. Just completed a podcast with Cape May County Herald reporter Shay Roddy. It's a great podcast, which we talked about the challenges of covering courtroom stories in the media and around the country, and kind of the process that people go through. But once again, it's a great podcast. Please check it out. And in that marijuana article, which I'll detail in this video, there was talk about what happens with DUIs, DWIs, and marijuana, and maybe amending the traffic laws to include impairment. Right now, it's a strict liability standard. But once again, check out the article. It's available at gamblinglaw.com. And again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm sorry. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you all very soon.